Good morning. Happy birthday to my father-in-law, Meryl. Yesterday we were talking about the law of attitudes. And we all have attitudes. If you think you don't have an attitude, that's because you're a brand new baby or you're in a serious denial stage, in which I really suggest counseling. We all have attitudes in life about one thing or another. We all have attitudes. Some of us are very vocal about our attitudes, and some of us are very quiet about our attitudes, and we like to make it seem that they are not there, like we don't have attitudes. No, we're perfect, everything is well, I'm fine, leave me alone. So we all have attitudes. And like I said yesterday, they're usually perceived thoughts based on our own perception. They're thoughts and beliefs based on our own perception of ourselves, our importance, our value in life, in relationship to the people around us, to the people in our lives. A lot of it has to do with the foundations we had built. We all had built some kind of foundation. Some were just hard or weak, and some were maybe good foundations, in which case your parents did a good job. You're a lucky person. Teach the rest of us something that is good. But a lot of times, for the rest of everybody else, including myself, some of the foundations were actually harsh. Looking back, that harshness of foundation also built some strength. And nothing comes in our lives if you try to find the good in it. Even the hard things in life, you'll always find the good part of it, and I think that's a good attitude towards life and circumstances. And most people in the rest of the world have a very hard life, and just the circumstances of their lives are hard. And then there are the few blessed ones, like I think a lot of people here in America, that from a material point of view, our lives are definitely easier. However, the emotional part, it doesn't seem to make any difference about nationalities and birthrights and color and all that stuff. We're all bombarded with an attitude, and the attitudes that we have could be good or could be bad. And the law of invitation, the third law I was talking about, because last time I talked about the law of attraction, what we attract to ourselves, whether it's good or bad, and that's also based on what we believe, and thus the attitudes behind what we believe. I mean, an attitude is always based on what we believe. So, law of intrusion, that's usually when you're attacked from the outside, and it does not really have to do anything with you. It's just really bad. The bad things that happen that are circumstantial most of the time. Or the law of invitation, which is, that's when you really invite something or someone inside. So if you believe that you are a healthy person, then that's what you're going to attract, and you most likely are going to end up being healthy all the time, because you're going to make choices that way. You're, exercise, eat a certain way, think a certain way, because it's not just about food, it's about, the thinking process behind it. If you believe that financially you're going to be well off, then you're going to go to school to inform yourself about the economies and finances and stuff, like learn business management, etc., and you're going to equip yourself and you're going to situate yourself in a position, so on and so forth, because that's what you believe, and most likely you will attract a financial wealth. If you believe that you are beautiful, then you're going to take care of yourself, and so on and so forth, and that's through the way, through inside, the way you eat, and outside, whatever you put on top on you, whatever, you know what I mean, the frou-frou stuff, you do it. However, if you believe you're not worth anything, then you're going to act a certain way, maybe not take care of yourself, not caring how you look, not caring how you act. So you're going to just say things that they come across as poor language, poor vocabulary, profane, foul mouth through the words, not take care of yourself, your appearance, and most likely, end up with the depression. If you think that you're fat, then you're going to act and have that behavior about that too, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. So the question is, what do we believe? Because whatever we believe, we attract. So if you see yourself that you're frustrated about certain things that keep on happening into your life, most likely it's based on something you believe about yourself. And that belief, it's based on a core belief, and you have to kind of take a look and see, when did that core beliefs begin? How did you get that core belief? And realize that you have been building on that core belief for a while, because at this point you see the fruits. So when you start to see the fruits of it, that means you have been believing on that core for a while. A tree, once you plant it, it takes a few years to see the fruits. So until that point, if you're not into the, I don't know the name of it, but if you're not into, you look at a plant and you know what the plant is all about, which I'm not, clearly you can see, you are not going to know what sort of tree that tree is until the fruits arrive. And most likely you'll be more clear about what type of tree you have in your backyard or on the side of the road or whatever the tree is by the fruits. Until then, it could just be any tree. So at a point where you see fruits, the attitude has been there for a while, which means if you don't like the attitude and you wanted to change it, the way you do that is we need to not have any more an anxious mind. An anxious mind is full of what if, buts, so on and so forth. So really we must quiet our minds, and to quiet our minds, we need to take time for that. And then we need to start talking and telling other people about the things that we want to see in our life. And it's going to take a while to start seeing the other fruits that you want in your life. Just as it took, a while to see the bad fruits, it's going to take a while to see the good fruits, or the fruits that you want to see in your life. And it's the same process, except right now you have to be conscious about changing that attitude, that belief. And I personally always ask God for favor, and I pray for favor everywhere I go. I pray favor over myself. I pray favor over my husband and over my children. And I call out what I want to see and believe that's going to happen. That does not mean it happens every single time, but just even when it does not happen, that doesn't shrink my belief any less. I'm just like, it's, it just didn't happen right now. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen for the future. So that's it for today. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.